vastly experienced international captains.
Very much so, to give them some direction, to give them some go forward, to stand in at 10. Kevin Morgan replaced there. I think he's all right. Is he injured? Well, a bit of ice. He should be okay. I think it's definitely a tactical substitution. But what Wales must take solace from is there's 3 or 4 Canadians taking a knee now, starting to breathe heavily. And as Chris Horseman says, if you're going to win it, then use your conditioning.
Free kick awarded to the Canadians. Williams' pass was not the best, but Kelpin did well. And Monroe has time then to drive Wales back. And in this position, every second counts, doesn't it, Will?
It does. They feel they can nick a lead, they can do things. Do they genuinely believe they can win it? Well, they can when your clock gets to sort of 60, 55, 60. There's only 20 minutes to hang on. The guys who were taking a knee 2 minutes ago will get a second wind, an extra water. The odd prop will take a break. He'll drop it, he'll go down. They'll try and break the game up, and they'll just frustrate Wales and say, you've shown us nothing so far. What can you show us in the last 25?
Shanklin with the break in centre field. Now then, where's the support? Gareth Thomas was at his shoulder. Didn't find him, though. But it's Stephen Jones who's clearing out on the wrecking there. It's a potential penalty to Wales. Jenkins drives on, taking on Tate. Over the line goes Jones. How close was that?
Big games need big players. Step forward, Tom Shanklin. So well, the big influence for Wales. Stepped outside a very poor effort at a tackle from Dave Spicer. Went up the middle, ball back in 2 hands. They were buying dummies, they were dropping off him. He nearly went the length himself and just held up. And now finally there are the Welsh crowd. Where have they been for half an hour?
First touch, Stephen Jones almost brings Wales back into it. Nobody to blame in that position, says Alain Rollin.
Take the hit, please. Don't come in like that, all right? I want you closer.
Gareth Thomas stood on the blind side. He'll be wanting to add to his enormous tally of tries.
Stay on, back row, get on!
Wales holding it in the back throw through Alex Popham. Morgan Williams almost creeping offside the Canadian number 9 and captain.
On the 5. Canada, take the pressure when it comes on, please. Okay, I know what the opposite can be, but...
So this is a big challenge for the Canadian scrum. Mike Pletch, the replacement prop on this side. He has to be the cornerstone of this effort. Penalty to Wales under the post. Peel takes it quickly. It's Thomas. Well tackled. Ball on the ground again. Wales pick up and go. Just short of the line. Wales just a metre out. Very important part of the game. Jenkins tackled well by the Canadians and driven back too.
Quick ball must be on. Quick ball must be on.
Men over on this side. Stephen Jones the switch. It's Sonny Parker.
That's what Parker does well, like Josion does for France. You felt it was going wide, the Canadians panicked, they shifted wide, he just drops off on the inside and said they've run out of numbers, they've run out of space. His trademark, point the nose and point to his pals.
Sonny Parker, who specialises in scoring tries in World Cup matches. 4 in 4 his record now, after 3 back in 2003. And the finish, well, it had to come, didn't it?
Yeah, it was strong. Dwayne Peel had the penalty from the scrum under the post and felt no, time to apply the pressure, time to turn the screw. Let's quick tap and go. They did, they backed themselves, they came back, they were long in numbers. Canada panicked, headed to the wings to cut off the try in the corner, and Sonny Parker did it very well. Cut back late, picked off a 7 whose angle was heading for the corner flag. Never going to be a strong tackle, and he's too big and too strong to be stopped from 2 yards if you're not in absolute position A.
The successful conversion means that Wales, the first of those scores they needed to make up on the Canadian total. The Canucks still in the lead, though, by a single point. This is going to be quite a second half.
Oh, well
Very
taken.
wild pass, but beautifully taken by Stephen Jones.
When you're under pressure and it's a poor pass, the big players take those balls.
Pike back again towards Jones. Decides to call for the mark.
Great kick, great kick.
Huge kick. Now then, did he step over the line there, Van der Merwe? Nope, the referee is happy with it. Morgan Williams counter-attacking the scrum half beautifully. James. It's Pletch now. Thomas with the tackle. As Canada come back into this game once again. Men over on this side, it's Stephen. Couldn't get it out quickly. Pike can, straightens the line. Desperate tackle coming in on Mike Pike.
They've reorganised well, Wales, though. They've reorganised very well. Good grey line.
Wales have the numbers there, as it's Cudmore again who takes them on.
Turn up, go on, Shane.
Side, and it's Williams' chance. Shane Williams in open play. Has a look for support. Was making the pass. Forgot to hang on to the ball, and he's given it back to Canada. My word, what drama.
Off the foot there.
It's an advantage, a potential advantage to Wales.
Sonny Parker wants this ball. Oh dear me.
Thomas's kick, charge down. So the referee.
Well, we're watching it now, the replay. What, he's looking to go for the pass. He's left the ball behind. He's done all the hard work. Give the Canadians credit. They chased back for all the world. You thought he'd gone, shut the gate. But then they got the ball back, Wales, didn't they? And Gareth Thomas had the ball. If he'd shifted it right, I mean, Sonny was screaming for it. The Canadians were on their knees.
Scrum it down. Here's a mark.
A poor choice of option, charge down. But again, I think it's the Welsh ball, isn't it? Again, lift the tempo, keep the tempo high. If you are fitter than them, as Chris Osmond says, punish them.
Referee wanting Wales to hurry.
He's been treated. We play. Here we are. Scrum. Incredible line.
So the treatment on Shane Williams will continue, as will the game.
Crouch. Touch.
Saw the glory, didn't he? Was making the pass without realising he had to hang on to the ball in the first instance.
I've seen worse, but...
Take the hit on the engagement. Wait. Don't push till the ball comes in. Both sides. Here we are. Here's your mark. Crouch.
Rees and Jenkins on this side of the scrum for Wales. Pletch 18 driving in on the front row, looking to disrupt Wales. Parker links with Mark, the paceman coming in off his flank. Goff now takes it on. Not too many numbers on that side, but there's a gap here certainly for Jenkins. The tackle comes in on Thomas. Good one by the Canadians, but Wales have quick ball.
Oh,
now then.
I think he's dropped it. Oh, he's in touch anyway. The touch judge taking the decision away from the referee.
What a match of incredible drama this is.
Dwayne Peel getting Jenkins doing so well. The ball comes back. Here we have a look. Yes, so he didn't ground it anyway, so it's probably a relief. He got shoved into touch.
Terrific tackle by the Canadians on the corner.
Substitution.
We're having another substitute. We're going to have the second of the identical twins. The Pletches for Canada. Dan joins in now, replacing Rod Snow.
Impressive effort from Rod Snow. Brought back exactly to do that, just to give a bit of guts and heart to that Canadian front row. Taking a well-earned breather.
So it's Dan Pletch, the younger, by just 2 minutes, who takes over for Canada. Morgan Williams it is who takes the responsibility in the first instance.
Number 6, don't be standing in front, okay?
Then calls on his forwards to ease the possession for him.
The key is focus and concentration from Wales now, not to concede any silly penalties, to maintain a tight defensive line even though they're 95 yards from their own line, and force Canada to kick from under their own posts.
Here's danger again, Munro can't get it clear. The try's coming in surely from Wyn Jones. Catalogue of errors then ends with the try for Alun Wyn Jones. The young Ospreys forward.
Exactly what happens. Under Munro, it's a long kick to touch from underneath your own posts. For 35 metres either side. He panicked, he took his eye off the ball, there was good pressure. A good pick up, the ball popped up into his hands. and he's crashed over. A couple of centre three-quarters are always going to struggle to stop someone that big from 3 or 4 yards out.
Second try in the last 3 games for Alan Wynne-Jones,
Yeah.
the young law student from Swansea. Everything's turned around since Stephen Jones and Gareth Thomas have come onto the field. Jones adds the extra points for the second try running. 2 from 2 for Stephen Jones. Wales up in the lead once more.
Exactly. I mean, Bernard Laporte froze on Friday night and didn't make any substitutions really until it was too late. Gareth Jenkins, you may criticise him for the way Wales have played, but he grabbed the game. He said, right, let's get our 2 big boys on. They've gone on, and within minutes of these guys coming on, the tempo's been lifted. They've been more incisive, and 14 points later they find themselves back in front. Now they need to ram this home. Tom Shanklin's really starting to power like Sterling Mortlock up the middle.
Tremendous running by Tom Shanklin. Popham is next in line on this side, I think, if Wayne Peel can get it out from there. No, misses him out to Stephen Jones. Little gap there. Couldn't quite offload, though. That's allowed the Canadians to go in and steal it. Nope. Just knocked forward.
You were fine.
Whereas a few minutes ago, things were going Canada's way with little positions like that. They've suddenly gone against them.
Yeah, they have. Stephen Jones, I think no one will ever say he was a sprinter in his time. I think, did someone say he was once running with a fridge on his back? We finished the 3rd test against New Zealand in the Lions with Ronan O'Gara, Stephen Jones and myself in the midfield. Not the quickest midfield, but Stephen can direct, and we see Martin Williams been very good, but Colin Shah has a bit of bulk, a bit of power, fresh legs to ram this advantage home now.
There's just over 20 minutes of rugby to be played in this pulsating contest. Peel asking Jones to make the chase. It's a good field position at the very least.
Exactly, they didn't have any of that in the first half, perhaps played a little bit too much from deep, and here this is a good attacking opportunity, but they said no, let's put the Canadians back down, let's put them under pressure, let's make them clear.
Good take by Luke Tate at the front of the line out.
You'd expect a box kick here. Oh, he's gone back.
Well, Munro, after his error that led to the Welsh try, that one's slicing off the side of the boot as well.
You won't thank his scrum half there. You're tight up against the right-hand touchline. He's a right-footed scrum half. It's got to go up.
The replacement coming on for Canada in Aaron Carpenter, who doubles up, in fact, as a hooker and as a number 8. And he's replacing Jamie Cudmore, so it appears that he will go into the back row. Jonathan Thomas, the line-out captain, wins the ball. Popham looks to swivel. Strength of running. Plenty of men here if Wales can get the ball out wide. Jones again. It's Shanklin and Williams. Suddenly, Wales have turned this game on its head.
If a move works well, do it again. In the first half, the back peel, Popham up the middle, made them good yards. Again, Popham thrusting through the middle, the ball comes back quickly. Stephen Jones standing nice and flat, good distribution. Tom Shanklin draws the man on the inside, and Shane Williams makes no mistake this time. A very, very good, well-organised set-piece try.
Beautiful strength there of Shanklin in the midfield, making the break.
Yeah, felt if he'd shipped it on to Shane, the same thing might have happened that happened 2 or 3 minutes ago, bundled into touch. No, straight and went through the tackle of Mike Pike on his inside, and then gave Shane Williams the easiest of dot downs. Now, nerves a little calmer in the stadium now, the voices they're starting to find, and 15, 20 minutes to go, they'll chase that and make sure they'll nail that bonus point down.
Kick just drifts wide, but Shane Williams' 30th international try in 48 appearances, 3rd in the Welsh all-time list of try scorers after Gareth Thomas and Ian Evans. And after getting a few opportunities, it must be said, in this game, Shane Williams has finally got the one. Maybe that counts. Wales' lead now is stretching. And Popham feeds on again to Shanklin.
He's having a field day.
Coming more and more into this game. Gareth Thomas in support. That's the kick through for Mark Jones. Morgan Williams back. Ball's been knocked forward. As I say, Wales are getting the moves at the moment, and Williams can go in for his second try in as many minutes.
Nice dive, but Tom Shanks did take a bow. It came from deep, in their own 22. Alex Popham saw it was on. They shifted it away from the court restart, moved up the field. Any one of 11 players could have scored. Tariff, low Tariff,